Of the nearly 7,000 languages spoken around the world today, nearly a third are spoken by fewer than 1,000 persons. These indigenous languages disappear when they cease to be the dominant tongue spoken in the home. A nation's language empowers, unites, and nurtures its culture and traditions. So, as each native-speaking elder walks on, a bit of that nation's identity is forever lost. Or, as Jim Thunder, one of the last fluent first-language Potawatomi speakers, says, "When we cease to speak our language, the world will end." In Oklahoma, the language department of the citizen Potawatomi Nation is enthusiastically keeping the Potawatomi language alive with a mix of technology, face-to-face instruction and interaction, and good old-fashioned fun.
Potawatomi when Quechua to Kobjigan get or get Nishnave Zichkuanen, Nimedi when Gumwin, Yatsokanen, Square. Jack Chicago, Mendo Kazman, Nestja, Bodewad Mimwan, to Kobjigam get Jack Chicago.
Justin leads an ambitious, creative, and tireless department in designing and implementing interesting instructional programs for learners of all ages. And no student is too young to begin. In the Potawatomi Child Development Center, staff members lead daily games, songs, and learning activities to introduce Potawatomi words and phrases. Each spring, these young students travel to the University of Oklahoma campus to participate in the Oklahoma Native American Youth Language Fair. There, they meet hundreds of other children from tribes all across the state who also present unique and entertaining songs, plays, and artwork in their native languages. The Potawatomi CDC students have excelled in these competitions, as evidenced by their many awards and trophies. And each holiday season, parents, grandparents, and tribal members alike are delighted by a pageant of Christmas carols, all sung in Potawatomi by the Potawatomi Youth Choir. For teens and young adults, Justin worked with the Oklahoma Department of Education and petitioned local high schools to add Potawatomi to their world language course offerings. Now in its third year, the program continues to grow in popularity and participation and is now offered in 4 schools in and around Shawnee. Through interactive technology, it has been made available throughout Oklahoma as we continue to reach out to interested partners. While introducing Potawatomi to early learners provides the best opportunity to instill an appreciation for and a connection to the language, we also know adult learners can show just as much curiosity and passion. So we offer a number of unique learning tools, including an online language course which provides grammatical and conversational exposure to the language. The lessons are presented in fun, easy-to-follow segments, allowing students to progress through the language at their own pace. In addition, the language department has created 2 popular YouTube channels, one aimed at youngsters, the other created for adult learners. The instructional courses feature learning videos, stories, songs, and even an original puppet show, Mtuk Wigwam.
I wear my sunglasses at night. Stay now! I hurt my foot.
Do you want to join us in our Mtuk Wigwam and hang out?
An additional learning program, Memrise.com, features more conversational Potawatomi with the unique opportunity to hear the language spoken by tribal elders. For quick reference to the language, our online dictionary at PotawatomiDictionary.com provides translations, historical context, and pronunciation of nearly 10,000 words. And for sheer fun, the language department has created Potawatomi versions of such popular classics as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Gulliver's Travels, and Night of the Living Dead. So grab your popcorn, pull up a chair. Learning Potawatomi has never been more enjoyable. The Citizen Potawatomi Language Department is constantly looking for new ways to make the language available to those who wish to learn. We believe our language is a living, breathing entity. But in order to keep our language alive, we must speak it. We must not be afraid to use the language, no matter how little or how much we know. We also should not be afraid to use the language in any setting. Using the language, speaking the language, breathes life into our language and our way of life as Potawatomi people. We believe our language is a gift from the Creator. It is our responsibility to embrace it, respect it, and do our part to keep our language and our way of life alive. The Potawatomi people are proud of their unique traditions, beliefs, and heritage. According to oral tradition, the Potawatomi people have been guided by the 7 fires prophecy, marking 7 successive periods of time in their existence.
Finally, a 7th fire, or 7th prophet, came among the people, offering a glimmer of hope for a time of renewal and growth, though it would be a hard path, and we would suffer along the way. This new prophet was younger than the others who had come before, and had a glow in his eyes. He said a time would come where the earth was poisoned, the fish would die, the waters would be sickened, and much of the forests and prairies would be gone. In this new time, a new people would arise that would retrace their steps to pick up the traditional knowledge which had been lost or thrown to the side. The stories that had been lost will be returned to them. They will remember the original instructions given by the Creator, and they will find strength in this knowledge. Their search for knowledge will be a difficult one. Many of the elders will have passed on, and others will remain silent out of fear. Some will point in the wrong direction, and yet others will have awoken in a world with little traditional knowledge to share. If the new people trust in the Creator and put down their tobacco asking for strength and guidance, and put aside their ego and begin to trust their inner voice, wisdom will once again be found in dreams. The sacred fire will again be lit. At this time, the light-skinned race will be given a choice between 2 paths. If they choose correctly, the 7th fire will light an 8th fire of brotherhood and understanding. If they choose wrongly and continue on their path of destructive ways, then the destruction that they brought with them will come back to destroy them, and the people of the earth will experience much suffering and death. Some of the places that the people stopped along the way were Niagara Falls, Madeline Island, Manitoulin Island, and Sault Ste. Marie. Many people today believe we are in the 7th fire, that it's our time to pick up those things which have been left behind and learn our traditional teaching and ways so that we can carry them into the future and beyond.
We believe we are in the 7th fire, a time to pick up those teachings, ways, and language which have been left behind. Now is your time. Nishnabemon, Talk Potawatomi.